What's happening, YouTube? Today I'm back at my favorite beach. I'm going to go down and see if I can find an arrowhead. Tide seems to be out pretty good. I just bought a drone, a gimbal drone. So I think I'm going to do some footage. I'm going to fly it here today after I go look around for arrowheads for a little while, maybe half hour. Down this point all the way down here was a Native American site years ago, thousands of years ago, all the way to the 1700s. And this beach has produced arrowheads over the years for lots of people. There's a lot of big collections from down this way. People have collected off this beach. We're going to walk along here and see if any has been washed up. And what we'll see, what we'll find, if anything. Oh, there's clay. There's some clay. You guys see that on camera? This is clay here. They use that for pottery. They would have harvested that and formed it into, pots. And I have some pictures and some pieces of it. I have about a half a bowl I've managed to find in pieces, and I've pieced it together. So I'll have to show you guys that. I'm also going to be doing a video on some marbles that I wound up finding over the weekend at some flea markets. What's that? Nothing. And I got some metal detecting videos coming up. But this beach is it's a pretty good beach. I come down here all year long. Especially in the wintertime after a storm. The moon phase. The moon. Sometimes the water goes way out here, depending on the moon phase. What's this? Man, there's a lot of stuff down here I thought that was a piece of an axe. It looks out of the ordinary for here, but nah, just a stone. There's a lot of stuff down here that'll make you think it's an artifact. My favorite spot is down by this point we're headed, because back in these reeds, and I guess out in the water too, because the shoreline has definitely shifted. Was an Indian camp, Native Americans down here in Lenape, and right across the way is Pennsylvania. I do some hunting over in Pennsylvania also, actually quite a bit of arrowhead hunting. We'll get to some of that too as the channel grows, if it grows. I think I'm coming up on 12 subscribers for about a month. A lot of people are watching my shorts, which is good. I'll be posting some shorts, and if you go in and look, I got some pretty cool ones on there. At least I think they are. I like to do a lot of animals and landscapes, and you know, like I said, I'll probably turn. I found an arrowhead at another part of the beach earlier today, at Quartz. I'll post that video, but I also probably just make it a short, because I wasn't recording too long, and I found it within like the first 5 minutes or so of being there. So I might just do that in a short. This video here is going to be a little longer, I guess. I'm going to walk. Let's see, I'm at 5 minutes. I try not to go past like 10-15 minutes on a video. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you have any suggestions, is that a good time to do one, or do them longer? I don't really know. I just started the channel and I have a lot of content. I think I have 35 videos up of places I go. You can read the channel description. It's going to be pretty cool. We're already off to a really good start, and we'll be going and visiting a lot of cool places and looking for artifacts. And you know, it's Everyday Adventure 77. We'll be doing a lot of stuff. It could be crabbing, fishing, flea marketing, arrowhead hunting, looking for marbles, knives, collecting knives at flea markets. I collect a lot of old knives. You never know. Checking places out to eat, staying in haunted bed and breakfasts. I'll be doing some videos on some of that stuff too on here. So it's going to be a mix. I'm not just going to stick to like one certain kind of content for the channel. I don't know if that's a bad idea or not. I don't want to have 5 channels, but it's going to be a little mix. I want to keep it interesting, and we'll be doing some talking. Look, this almost, I thought that was a celt too. Miniature celt axe. Be doing some talking and interacting, maybe some live. See what you guys want to talk about on this channel. Could be anything. Yeah, I don't know. I should look up in there. Stuff gets trapped. I found stuff over by this spillway before. We'll see. Go down here and walk. See what's going to happen. See if we see any damn thing. And I just go back and forth for you guys that might want to try this. Like here, I'll show you guys. I'm actually just turning around and I'm going to walk back. And I basically look straight down. I don't really look past my shoulder width. Sometimes I walk right by them, and then I come down the row again, and you'll find stuff. Just got to have some dedication and get out there. You know, you got to get out there and try it. You're not going to find anything if you're sitting on a couch. I came down here 4 days in a row before, and I didn't find anything, and I don't want to get too off my and then I came here that file on Saturday and found 3 points one time. So let's see, I'm going to bend down. Wow, there's pretty cool quartz rock. This spot's very good for jewelry people too who want to make jewelry. Let's see, a lot of nice rocks down here to make jewelry in. You just got to look hard, you know. Keep looking around. Oh, wait a minute. What's this over here? No. What? Ah. Holy Toledo. That's a nice Jasper point. Get out. It's sitting right here. You guys see that? Actually, that might have been a knife blade. Could have been an atlatl dart, I'm not sure, or a knife blade. I guess either one. It's pretty big. Probably woodland period or possibly archaic. I don't know, but it's a nice point. You guys can see. Okay, and I have cut the feed a couple times to cut the time length down. I don't want to make the 30 minutes as I'm walking and looking, so I try to rewind it back and start it like a minute or 2 or 3 before I find something. And I'll probably use them points to make some. I found 2 so far today. I'll probably use them points to make some shorts too. So, but I've always had luck here. A lot of people have. It looks like it's a good day. There ain't nobody here today, which is good because there's other people that do walk this beach. We'll go down a little more, like I said. We'll pivot, turn, and walk. And that's how I do my grids. You guys, try it. Just take your time and look good. Sometimes I walk the same grid 5 or 6 times, and I had a couple times where I was literally standing on a point or real close to one. Yeah, I've had some luck right around in here. This is erosion here. Gets uncovered. After a heavy rain, it's good too. If you guys start looking for arrowheads, a heavy rain in a farm field. I'll be hitting some farm fields too, but this beach, like I said, this is a spot. Like there was a camp up here, and it seems to hold. I probably walked past a couple. It seems to hold a lot of artifacts. I've also brought my metal detector down here and found some old coins and buttons. Very worn. Alright, let's see. I got off track a little here. Let's see, where's my last footprints? Oh, down here. But this is how you guys do it, and on this channel, like I said, we'll be doing all different stuff and going different places, and I try to show people. Go right through these grasses. I found stuff through grass in the grass before. You gotta check, because a lot of people tend to, that I've seen, they just don't want to step in it or go through it, or could be something there. And so we'll be doing a lot of different things and going a lot of different places all over different states. It's an adventurous channel, hiking, going all over, and I try to give people tips. And let me see. You guys see anything down there? And this is what I'm trying to tell you is with this grass, you gotta check, and you're gonna see why. Because let's see, And see, I've been doing it for a long time. My eyes, it stands out. Wow, this is I'm going to say a knife blade for sure. Wow, another Jasper knife blade. That's awesome. You guys see this? So, like I said, there's my tracks. I walk my grid back and forth, and that's what happens from the erosion on this beach with the tides and the storms. Stuff comes up, and it's been producing. I mean, I know people that have been arrowhead hunting here since the 60s, older guys, 70s, and this is what you get. Persistence pays off. So, but yeah, I just would like to take people and have them see cool spots and historic sites. I love visiting historic sites, showing people, American history and places you can go for cheap. I do focus on some of that for people because today it's so expensive to do anything, even going to a movie, family and with a couple kids, it's crazy. So this is some of my videos will be on places you can come, like this beach you can come to, and people sit out here and suntan and even get in a water and sit here and bring their picnic baskets. Look, that's cool. It's not an arrowhead, but check this out. It's quartz. That's really cool. Clear. I'll take that. Put it in my flower pot. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. People, I know there's some ladies that come down here and collect stuff to go make jewelry. They put them in rock polishers, and I actually have one of those. I never used the thing. I bought it. It was like $60. Maybe I'll use it. Put a video on about it. But yeah, like I said, this channel will be doing all kinds of stuff. So if you're into this stuff, or you just like to see different things, not the same content, please like and subscribe. And don't be afraid to leave me a comment in the comment section, and I reply to most of them, and we'll see how it goes here. Oh wait, there's another like this. I thought it was a celt. A lot of stuff, and I found axes down here, pieces of axes, and there's a dead crab. Let's see. Yep. Oh. Blue claw. Male. A lot of crab. People come here and crab. It's hard to do it right off the beach, but what I did and what other people do is, you see out here, you have some kind of inflatable, I'm giving some more tips here, inflatable kayak or something. It's kind of light, small boat you can carry from the parking lot. It's not real far, maybe 40 yards to the water from the parking lot. You can go out here and put traps. I've put overnight traps out there, and also just put in, I use the metal basket traps, and I put a float on it. I'll drop them down in the water, and then I'll put a float on the top of the line and just let it in the water, and I'll come back on shore and sit. Sometimes I might even be fishing also, or just relaxing. We'll come down here and have a couple drinks, hang out, and then go check the traps 15 minutes or so, and at the end of the day check the overnighters, and that's a way you can crab out here. We're below the Delaware Memorial Bridge, so it's just pretty brackish as far as with the salt lines here. Yeah, I've even left the overnighters out here. I used to live by this area for quite a few years. So I would do it a lot. There's even clam shells. I don't know if that's the right kind to eat. It didn't look like it, but there could be freshwater clams. Even though this water has a pretty good salt content, we're not too far from the Salem nuclear plant. I've seen people out here certain times of the year, and the salt line comes heavy up. The less rain we get, the heavier the salt line gets up here, and more salty the water gets. And you'll catch, even right here, flounder, bluefish I've seen over the years. But we're not, like I said, we're only like a mile from the nuclear plant. Right around there it turns pretty much salt 100%. And I'm going to be doing a lot of different stories on places we see and visit. And one of the things that's been going on over the Salem nuclear plant is they've been getting a lot of supposed UFO sightings. So it's actually online. Here, this is, look, some kind of tile. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Piece of tile. Or a piece of a ceramic cup or something. I'll take that too, put it in. I have a bunch of old milk jugs I put cool stones in, or pieces of pottery, or not the Native American pottery, like this kind. I fill them. I got dozens of them. And you know, like I said, this is a cool spot. It don't cost a family any money. If you go back and watch my videos, most of the places I've shown, and I think I got 35 videos, none of them charge. They're really cool. Oh, there's another. No, I thought that was a point. None of them charge money, so it's some ideas. I like to give ideas for people who, you know, don't have a whole lot. They can't afford to spend $160 to go to a movie with their family. I mean, maybe they can go once in a blue moon, but we used to go to the movies twice a week sometimes when I was young. I mean, what's the average ticket right now? Like, is it 15, 20 bucks, 12? I forget. We go to, there's a drive-in movie theater in Vineland. That's pretty cool. We'll be going there. They don't have a lot of selection if you go online. But when they get a cool movie, we'll go, especially in September. Maybe I'll even do a video from there when it gets a little bit cooler. Look, that tricked me again. I seen that. I thought it was being worked. Thought it was an axe or celt. But yeah. So you never know what you're going to find on this channel, and we're getting ready to do some trips. You guys will be coming along with me. We're going to be visiting waterfalls, parks, historic towns, Gettysburg, Antietam. I'm going to be all over the place. You know, flea markets. So you never know what we'll see or find. I'll be doing metal detecting. And I just bought a drone, Cold Stone, made in the UK. Thing is awesome, gimbal drone. I'm thinking I'm walking back towards the parking lot. I'm thinking about getting some drone footage, so I'll be doing a lot of that too on this channel. Uploading drone footage of different cool places with, I think, are scenic, or you know, you guys can check it out. Really appreciate if you guys could like and subscribe. I really like to hit that 1,000 subscriber point sometime in the next few months or year. We won't be going nowhere. I'll always be putting content out. So there's a piece of glass. I don't know. That's an old, find a lot of old bottles pieces down here sometimes too. That's older. I mean, it just looks like a screw-on. But it was probably some kind of, maybe it had some kind of product in it. I don't know, maybe Vaseline or some kind of powder. Looked like it was like a drugstore. Cool rocks. I thought that was a scraper. It almost looked like a, they used to have points like this. They would put on a staff, a stick, and they would scrape the fat off the hides. I thought it was jasper, but it's not. They're here, like I said, just with some persistence and get out here and look. It's like anything, you know, you go deer hunting, you're not going to get the 12-point buck first day you're out in the woods. I used to go hunting. I still hunt a little bit. I'm going to start doing a little bit more of it, I think, this year. I used to hunt constantly. I used to cut school, quit a job if it got in the way. Nothing would stop me and my buddies when I was in high school and after my 20s and 30s from going hunting. And I'd go into the woods. We'd be in the woods every day between bow season, muzzleloader, shotgun. I might even do a video of hunting, deer hunting or bear. I do bear hunting also. It's been a couple years, but I'm thinking of going next year. Maybe I'll go back to Maine or out in northwestern PA. Just as good and a lot closer. So, like I said, you never know what kind of content, you know, it's going to be on here. I could be reviewing a restaurant I'm eating in or B&B. We like going to a lot of B&Bs that are supposed to be haunted, and we got a couple pieces of ghost hunting equipment, and we'll set it up for the night. And something we've got some results before, and quite a few times actually, and sometimes you don't. And I see a lot of these channels, every time they go, they get a ghost or there's a spirit walking by. You know, look at it. You know, it's just not how it is. It's like arrowhead hunting. I might piece together 3 of these beach walks, 4 of these before I find one. Same with going and looking, you know, for ghost spirits. So, like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if there's anything you'd like to see in the area, I'm always in mostly New Jersey, Pennsylvania. You know, just let me know and I'll add it to the list. This channel is also for people who can't get out and go see these things anymore. You know, for one reason or another, it's too expensive or their mobility isn't good. A little bit on the older side, you know, people can see, but there's a lot to do. Doesn't cost you $1 million. So I'm gonna go back to my truck and I'm gonna get the drone and I'm gonna send it up just to get a little footage. See what happens if somebody's got something to say about it or not. So 2 arrowheads for today. Of course, like I said, I tied a lot of that. There was a lot more time than what I had. So all right, guys, I'll be back with another video soon. Drone footage coming.